Oh, in the deep golden savanna, where the sun touched the land with fiery warmth. A young royal cub named Kion raced across the tall grass, his tiny paws thumping with excitement. But this was not just any cub. Kion was the second-born of the Lion King, a prince who carried a powerful destiny he didn't yet understand. One day, he would discover a voice inside him that could shake the earth itself. But before anyone knew his strength, before he became a legend, he was simply a curious cub with a heart bigger than his roar. Kion often felt overshadowed by his older sister Kiara, the future queen. Everyone praised her calmness, her grace, her leadership skills. Kion admired her, too, but deep inside, he wondered if he had any special purpose. He wanted to help his kingdom, to protect the Pride Lands, but he didn't know how. Sometimes he felt too small, too unsure, too young. Even though he was a prince, he felt like he didn't shine as brightly as the others around him. One morning, while the savannah shimmered under the rising sun, Kion wandered near the watering hole. He spotted a herd of antelope nervously crowding together. Their ears twitched, and their eyes scanned the grass, looking frightened. Kion felt a spark of worry. Something wasn't right. He approached slowly, trying to keep his voice steady. "Is everything okay?" he asked, though his heart pounded with nerves. A trembling antelope stepped forward. "There's a jackal pack hiding nearby. We can smell them, but we can't see them. We're scared to drink." Kion swallowed hard. He had never faced jackals before. His instinct told him to run back home, to call for help, but another voice whispered inside him, soft yet strong. It urged him to stay. It urged him to be brave. Kion took a deep breath and said, "Stay here, I'll check." The antelopes gasped. "But you're just a cub." He lifted his chin. "Maybe, but I won't let anyone scare you away." With wobbly steps and a pounding heart, he moved through the tall grass. Every rustle made him jump, but he kept walking. His paws trembled, but he didn't turn back. That small whisper inside him grew louder. "You, Dante, have to be big to be brave." Suddenly a snarl. A jackal leaped out, teeth bared. Kion froze for a moment, fear gripping him. The jackal smirked. Well, well. A tiny prince all alone. Not very smart. Kion stepped backward, but then he remembered the antelopes behind him, the ones counting on him. He couldn't let them down. Gathering every ounce of courage, he growled, though it wasn't very loud. The jackal laughed. "That's the best you can do." He moved closer. Kion's instincts screamed run, but he held his ground. And then he felt a warm, powerful sensation rising from his chest to his throat. His body vibrated with energy he'd never felt before. He didn't understand it, but he focused on the feeling and roared. Not a normal cub roar. A roar that echoed like thunder, blasting through the grass and sending the jackal tumbling backward in shock. The ground shook slightly. Birds scattered into the air. Even Kion staggered, surprised by his own power. The jackal yelped and scrambled away. "This cub is dangerous! Run!" The pack fled as quickly as they had come, disappearing into the distance. Kion stood breathless, stunned. What had happened? What was that roar? His heart still thumped wildly, but now with excitement instead of fear. He had done something impossible. When he returned to the antelopes, they stared at him with wide eyes. "You scared them away. You protected us." Kion felt warmth fill his chest. Not pride, something deeper. Purpose. For the first time, he felt like he truly belonged to the Pride Lands, like he had a role to play. Later that day, Rafiki summoned him to an ancient cave painted with symbols of past Lion Kings. The old mandrill smiled knowingly. Kion, you have awakened something very powerful, the roar of the elders. It is a gift only given to the fiercest, bravest, and most loyal lions. You used it to protect, not to harm. That is the heart of a true guard. Kion blinked in amazement. Me? A guard? Rafiki nodded. Shuz. You are meant to lead the Lion Guarder team that protects the Pride Lands. Kion's stomach fluttered. Lead him, small cub who often doubted himself. He wasn't sure he was ready. But Rafiki placed a gentle hand on his head. A leader is not chosen for size or age. A leader is chosen for heart. Those words wrapped around Kion like a warm blanket. Determined to embrace his destiny, Kion searched for friends who shared the same courage and loyalty. He chose Bunga, the bravest honey badger, Fuli, the fastest cheetah besht, the strongest hippo, and Ono, the keenest egret. Together, they formed a team unlike any the Pride Lands had ever seen. But not everyone believed in them. Some animals mocked them, others doubted them. Even Kion sometimes questioned himself. One day, a young zebra approached the Pride Lands, crying for help. A mother had been trapped in a ravine, flooded with rushing water. The Lion Guard hurried to the scene, but the challenge was unlike anything they had faced. The water raged violently, pushing rocks and branches through the ravine. Kion felt fear rise again. What if his roar wasn't enough? What if he failed? Fuli nudged him. You're thinking too much again. Bunga grinned. You got this? Their faith in him warmed his heart. Kion stepped forward and called, Everyone, positions. Besht moved to block the water's strongest current. Ono guided him from above, pointing out safe spots. Fuli darted through the etches to check on the trapped zebra. The teamwork flowed like a perfect rhythm. But the water rose fast. Kion knew they were running out of time. Saror could push the water back, but it was dangerous. Rafiki once told him that using the roar without control could cause destruction. Kion's heart raced. Fear whispered that he might make things worse. But hope whispered louder. Use your strength wisely. Trust yourself. Kion planted his paws firmly and inhaled deeply. The energy built inside him, powerful yet warm. He focused, steady, calm, determined. Then he let out the roar. The blast pushed the water backward just long enough for Besht to lift the zebra to safety. The moment she reached the solid ground, Kion stopped. He didn't overpower the land. He didn't cause damage. He used just enough. Use it with purpose. The animals cheered. The Lion Guard and Prince Kion. The praise washed over him. But what mattered most was the look in the rescued zebra's eyes: trust, gratitude, hope. Kion felt the same warm glow as before. This was who he was meant to be. Weeks passed, and Kion grew stronger not just in power, but in heart. He learned that being a leader wasn't about being the loudest or the strongest. It was about protecting others, making wise choices, listening to friends, and believing in himself, even when doubt tried to pull him down. Every challenge taught him something new. Every victory reminded him that he was small in size but mighty in spirit. One evening, as the sun painted the sky in hues of gold and red, Kion stood on the edge of Pride Rock. His father Simba joined him. Kion, Simba said gently, I've watched you grow. I've seen your courage, your kindness, and your heart. You remind me of what a true protector should be. I am proud of the lion you're becoming. Kion felt emotion swell in his chest. Dad, I used to think I wasn't important. I used to think I didn't have a purpose. Simba smiled. every lion has a purpose. Some discover it early, some later. But your destiny found you because your heart was ready. Kion looked out at the vast kingdom he loved. The Pride Lands were peaceful, glowing under the fading sun. Animals roamed freely, trusting the Lion Guard to protect them. Kion finally understood something he had struggled with since he was small. Leadership was about glory. It was about responsibility, courage, compassion, and heart. From that day on, Kion walked with confidence, not arrogance, but a quiet, steady strength. Challenges continued to come, enemies continued to test him, and doubt sometimes tried to creep back in, but he always returned to the same truth. He was born with a gift, but he chose to use it with kindness. He was small, but his heart was mighty. Years later, as his legend grew, Kion continued to guide the Pride Lands with wisdom far beyond his age. But even as he grew stronger, he never forgot the feeling of being that small cub who doubted himself. It reminded him to be gentle with others, especially the young animals who weren't sure of their place in the world. Whenever they approached him shyly, asking how he became so brave, he bent down and told them the truth. Bravery begins the moment you believe your heart matters. One day, a tiny meerkat named Lolo came to him trembling. Kion, everyone says I'm too small to help. They laugh when I try. Kion felt a pang of recognition. He remembered those same feelings. The doubts, the whispers, the shadows that made him question everything. He lowered himself to the meerkat's eye level. Lolo, do you know what made me brave? The meerkat shook her head. Kion placed his paw gently over his chest. Not my size. Not my roar. My heart. Lolo blinked. How can a heart make you brave? Kion smiled softly. Because when you care deeply about your home, your friends, your family, your courage grows with it. Your heart will push you forward even when your legs feel shaky. The meerkat's trembling faded. Hope flickered in her eyes. She stood a little taller, inspired. Soon after, a powerful storm rolled over the Pride Lands. Lightning crackled across the sky. Thunder roared angrily, and heavy rain surged through the riverbeds. Many small animals became trapped, huddling together in fear. Kion gathered the Lion Guard and hurried toward the danger. As they arrived, they heard faint cries coming from a cluster of rocks surrounded by swirling water. The current was too strong for the larger animals to cross safely. Before Kion could say anything, Lolo stepped forward. I can fit through the rocks, she squeaked. The animals gasped. Kion paused, remembering his own journey. He saw determination in her eyes, not reckless bravery, but genuine courage born from care. He nodded. We'll guide you. You won't be alone. Lolo slipped through the gaps, her small size perfectly suited for the narrow path. Sai! The Lion Guard worked together, fully watching from the side. Besht blocking the strongest flows, Ono pointing out safe spots, and Bunga cheering loudly. Lolo navigated the rocks with surprising grace, reaching the frightened animals and guiding them one by one. Her bravery lit up the scene even more than the lightning above. When she returned, drenched but glowing with pride, the animals cheered her name. Kion felt overwhelming joy. A tiny meerkat had become a hero not because she was strong, but because she dared to believe her heart had power. He leaned down and whispered, See? You were mighty all along. That night, when the storm had passed and the sky cleared into a bed of glittering stars, Kion sat on Pride Rock again. He looked at the land he protected, filled with creatures of every shape and size. Some big, some small, all important. He realized that leadership wasn't about standing above others. It was about lifting them up. helping them discover their strengths and believing in their potential. He walked forward with courage and hope,